Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is September 16, 2022, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, gold tumbling below our second Fibonacci support level. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. But first, looking at the major economic events of today, we're looking at consumer confidence number coming out in the United States at 4 p.m. South African time. Major number, just as important as all the other major economic events. But first, looking at the various markets, starting with the Forex symbols, the British pound hovering near its lows, while looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both tumble. Looking at commodities, gold tanks while oil retraces. And looking at stocks, Intel continues making new lows for the year. Now, lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin trading lower as well. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're taking a look at the Euro USD first, and it's right back down near its lows. Hasn't broken lower, but may still break lower, well, if that makes any sense. But GBP USD on really its dead lows here, as you can see on the daily chart, new lows for the year, closing on those new lows. And looking at a weekly, just to give us perspective, going back to 2020, when we hit the pandemic. Now, the difference is that we're closing in these lows. Now, this is really disconcerting because ultimately this can continue going further down. I'm just giving you a weekly chart, just give us perspective. We've never been this low before. 114 is an extreme low for the GBP versus the US dollar. Now, looking at the Australian dollar, also hovering near its lows on a daily chart. Looking at a weekly chart, if it does continue this momentum and breaks this 65-ish level, we could see it back down on 57-ish level as well. So keep that in mind as well. Now, looking at the commodities, first looking at gold, look at this nosedive. Oh my goodness. We were mentioning this yesterday. 1684 was your supportish area right there. That was your supportish area. Breached it and then continued selling down. Now, looking at a weekly chart, that's where we got to go to next. Next real support level, 15-ish level, 1530-ish level, that around that area. So we're still about 1580-ish level, excuse me. So we're still about 60 to 80 pips away from that. You know, if we do break and continue going down there, okay? What's not disconcerting here is that the volume is a little bit lighter here. So it could be that this is just a fake out and then going to take us back up. But keep that in mind. We're breaking the 200-day moving average on a weekly. That's an important area to break, okay? That's really an important area to break. And I would consider 1680 now being resistance for future reference, okay? So keep that in mind as well. Now, looking at crude oil, also retracing here to $84, but still mostly trading in a range here. Upper range, obviously 96, lower range 82-ish level. So we're closer to the lower range, but really range-bound trading for all intents and purposes. Now, looking at the big tech and the Dow Jones, look at that. The Dow Jones tanking over the last couple of days. I mean, this has really been unbelievable. I mean, on a daily chart, if we look at that, we've gone from 34,000 of a high back in August down to 30,000. I mean, this is really unbelievable of a retracement. So, you know, we are breaking this lower in the NASDAQ. Also, we're breaking lower this morning at 11,891. Okay, also much lower here as well. So keep this in mind. I mean, you know, the tech stocks are breaking lower. What is breaking lower? Specifically, look at Intel. Intel continues to make new lows for the year at $28 a share. Now, I've seen this movie before. When Intel breaks lower and Cisco breaks lower, that is a telltale sign the markets are heading lower. So I would expect that across the board, even if they haven't gone up to there yet. Microsoft still holding on the bottom of its channel. So is Apple on the bottom of its area here. If you look at Facebook, did break at 149. That's the first time at 149 that it broke that 150-ish level. That's an important level to break as well. So we're seeing some weakness almost across the board when it comes to the tech stocks. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, this is where it's at, trading right below 20K and retracing. Okay, we were going to anticipate this because it didn't break out, didn't have enough of a gusto. It's also trading together with the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ, so it is trading further down as it's gotten weaker. This is Razak, and we wish you guys a great trading day and a beautiful weekend. Thanks, everybody. God bless.